Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk About Education with me, Yusnita Mat Yunus. Today we are going to have with us Dr. Karwan Mustafa Said from Koya University, Kurdistan to share with us ways to improve our speaking skills. But before that, maybe Dr. Karwan can share with us his experience in learning English.
I was an adult actually when I started learning English. In fact, I was 20 years old when I officially started learning English, when I went to the university. Before going to the university, I had been studying English language for a few years in secondary school or in high school, but actually it was only grammar and grammar and grammar. So those days I can say I had not been able to speak in English well. So that's why I can say I officially started learning English language when I went to the university, to the Department of English Language. That means I can say I had almost zero English when I went to the university. So I started learning, and the process was very difficult in the beginning because I didn't understand English. As I said, with zero English, I went to the university. And then step by step, I worked hard to learn English. I can say mostly during those 4 years of university, when I was studying English language, I focused a lot on listening. To be more specific, I actually focused a lot on watching movies. I can say I watched hundreds of movies those days. Because in my understanding, a good speaker is actually is a good listener. That means to be a good speaker, you first have to be a good listener. That's why I believed in that, and I continued listening a lot, as much as I could. And at the same time, this was my input actually, which we call it comprehensible input. And at the same time, I started practicing English language. I started speaking English with my classmates and my lectures and so on and so forth. Because as English people say, practice makes perfect. So I took that into account seriously, and no matter what I spoke in English, I know I had so many grammatical and linguistic mistakes those days. I won't tell when that was actually. But I didn't care about making grammatical mistakes, because I believed that to learn the language, I have to make a lot of grammatical mistakes. I have to make a lot of mistakes in the language. That's why I just continued, and I was able to improve my English language, in particular speaking skills development. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Can you share with us how a person can improve his or her speaking skills?
We can improve our language. We can improve our speaking skills. This is very important, that we have to be mentally ready, because some people believe that, oh, I can't learn that, I cannot improve my speaking English, my English language, and especially speaking skills. People say, oh, I have tried that and that, I went to that course. So all these things actually are about misunderstanding the improvement or development of English language skills. So I think the very first step for us as individuals or learners of English language is to be mentally ready that we can do it, we can improve our speaking skills, because it's not something impossible. It's very possible, but we need to put effort into it so that we can make it. There are a few things to do to improve your English language, speaking English language. That is, the very first step is actually listening. When I say listening to anything, but of course, when I say listening to anything, it also depends on what you can understand better. For example, some people can understand British English easier than American English in the beginning of the language learning process. Some people believe that they can understand American movies rather than British movies. As for me, it was more about American movies. It was it was easy to understand. So I continued doing that. I was able to improve. Therefore, I can say one of the very effective ways of improving English language, or in particular speaking skills, is to listen a lot, to listen as much as people can, and to watch movies and listen to educational videos on YouTube, because I believe listening comes first. It's just like actually learning a first language by a baby or a child. They listen a lot for the first 2 years of their life after a new baby is born. Then after a lot of input, actually after a lot of, I can call it comprehensible input, they slowly then are able to utter the language. They can speak slowly. They can utter words like dad and mom and things like this. So I think whatever you can do is listening should be the priority for improving your speaking skills of the language. And once you listen a lot, at the same time, we also have to understand that we cannot ignore practicing speaking the language, because even if you listen a lot, then you, at the same time, you need to practice the language. Whenever you get the chance to practice it with your lectures, with your teachers, or with your classmates and fellow learners and anyone else. Sometimes it's good to practice with native speakers, because some students, they are from different parts of the world. They have the chance to meet with native speakers of English language, British or American or any other parts of the world, who speak English language as their first language, I can say. This is also very important for me. This was also a chance that I was able to practice English with some native speakers in the early years of learning English language. But even if there is no, because not everyone gets the chance to speak with native speakers actually, so therefore we have to find other ways, like speaking, practicing with your classmates. This is very, very important. People should not shy. People should not feel shy that they, oh, I make grammatical mistakes. Or, of course, you have to make grammatical mistakes. You have to make a lot of mistakes so that you can speak the language fluently, effectively, powerfully, and correctly, I can say. So this is important. We have to understand. Another strategy, which is very simple, but yet is very effective, is talking to yourself, recording yourself, maybe in front of the mirror in your bedroom or in any comfortable zone at home. This is also like you speak to yourself, and maybe you can record yourself later. You listen to it, you see your grammatical mistakes, you see the other types of mistakes you have. So in general, I can say listening is very, very effective, powerful to be able to a fluent speaker of the language. That's my general understanding of learning a new language, in particular improving speaking skills of that language.
Thank you very much, Dr. Karwan, for the sharing. I really hope the viewers out there, you can try the tips to improve your speaking skills. That's all for now. Till we meet again. Take care and stay safe.